What's cracking, y'all? How are y'all doing today? I am here to travel back into a time machine back to 1984. Prince releasing his sixth album, Purple Rain, and it's the same name as the soundtrack of the movie. Well, it's a soundtrack. Same name as the film, Purple Rain. And it was released through Warner Brother Records. And it was musically denser than his previous albums, emphasizing full band performances and multiple layers of guitars, keyboards, electronic synthesizer effects, drum machines, and other instruments. Much of the album has a grandiose, synthesized, and psychedelic substance to the production and performances. And man, this album is still classic, man. I mean, I love Purple Rain, but I like other songs on here too. I like Computer Blue, including Take Me With You, Let's Go Crazy, The Beautiful Ones, Darling Nikki, Baby I'm a Star, I Would Die For You, When Doves Cry. All classics, man. Love this whole album. I can't even pick one song. So, anyways, the music on the Purple Rain is generally regarded as the most pop oriented of Prince's career. Though a number of elements point towards the more experimental records Prince would release after Purple Rain, and the album drew some controversy. Network executives, though, excuse me, whew, network executives thought the sexual nature and the music video for the album's lead single "When Doves Cry" was too explicit for television. The risque lyrics of "Darling Nikki" also raised complaints from Tipper Gore and the Parents Music Resource Center, and contributed to the implementation of parental advisory stickers and imprints on the album covers. So, despite that, Purple Rain was an enormous success, and it still is a classic, still a phenomenal, extraordinary, just all above and beyond. Spending 24, so it was definitely a success, spending 24 consecutive weeks atop the Billboard 200 and being present on the chart for a total of 167 weeks. And When Doves Cry and Let's Go Crazy reached number one on the Billboard Hot 100, while Purple Rain and I Would Die For You were top 10 hits. A widespread critical success, critics noted uh, the innovation experimentation on the album, such as the synthesis of electronic elements with organic instrumentation, as well as the consolidation of rock and R&B. By 1996, the album was certified 13 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. And Purple Rain is Prince's commercial peak, with total sales standing at 25 million copies worldwide, and making it one of the best-selling albums of all time. And it's still a best-selling album of all time to this day of 2026. And Prince and the Revolution received a Grammy Award nomination for the Album of the Year, and won the Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with the Vocal, and Best Source Soundtrack for Visual Media Awards. Regularly ranked among the greatest albums of all time, Purple Rain was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame, and it added to the Library of Congress's National Recording Registry list of sound recordings that are culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. And more to it, um, while Prince's previous albums were primarily solo recordings by Prince, Purple Rain contained the credits produced, arranged, composed, and performed by Prince and the Revolution, though he had teased the name 2 years earlier on 1999, writing in the Revolution backwards on the album cover. And the album was mostly written and recorded between May of '83 and March of '84, with Baby I'm a Star dating to 1981. And the last three songs on the album, I Would Die For You, Baby I'm a Star, and the title track, Purple Rain, were recorded live at the 3rd of August of 1983 First Avenue show in Minneapolis. Although overdubs and edits took place on all three in September of '83, this marked Prince's first album to include live recordings. Yes, there is a reissue of this album. I wish I had it, man, because it has this unreleased stuff in it, which I'm definitely going to talk more about that. I would love to get a hold of it. I'll be on the real on that. So, regarding the meeting of Purple Rain, both Michael Toombs of the San Diego Union and Bob Kostasuk of the Post Tribune have written that Prince took the title Purple Rain from lyrics in the America song Ventura Highway to explain the phrase Purple Rain and Ventura Highway. Jerry Beckley responded, "You got me." However, Prince explained the meaning of purple rain as follows: when there's blood in the sky, red and blue, it equals purple. Purple rain pertains to the end of the world and being with the one you love and letting your faith slash God guide you through the purple rain. And Purple Rain was originally written as a country song and intended to be a collaboration with Stevie Nicks. According to Nicks, she received a 10-minute instrumental version of the song from Prince with a request to write the lyrics but felt overwhelmed. She said, "I listened to it and I just got scared. I called him back and said, I can't do it. I wish I could. It's too much for me." At a rehearsal, Prince then asked his backing band to try the song, "I want to try something before we go home. It's mellow." According to the Revolution member Lisa Coleman, Prince then changed the song after the Revolution's Wendy Melvoin started playing the guitar chords to accompany the song. He was excited to hear it voiced differently. It took it out of that country feeling, and then we all started playing it a bit harder and taking it more seriously. We played it for 6 hours straight, and by the end of that day, we had it mostly written and arranged. And Take Me With You was written for the Apollonia 6 album, Apollonia 6 of 1984, but later enlisted for Purple Rain. The inclusion of that song necessitated cuts in the suite like Computer Blue, the full version of which did not earn an official release, although a portion of the second section can be heard in the film of the same name, and a sequence where Prince walks in the men of the Revolution rehearsing. The risqué lyrics of Darling Nikki contributed to the use of parental advisory stickers and imprints on the album covers that were the record label's answer to complaints from Tipper Gore and the Parents Music Resource Center. And Prince had wrote and composed the album's lead single, When Doves Cry. After all, the other tracks were complete on Purple Rain. In addition to providing vocals, he played all instruments on the track. And with there being no bass line, the song's production is noted for being unconventionally bare in comparison to the 1980s pop hits. Prince said that there originally was a bass line, but after a conversation with singer Jill Jones, he decided the song was too conventional with it included. And like Prince, of course, previous albums, nearly all tracks on Purple Rain were written by him, and it was musically denser than Prince's previous albums. Rest is history. So, the Revolution member Dr. Fink, excuse me. Whew. Oh boy. So yeah, I already mentioned about Prince's previous albums. Nearly all tracks on Purple Rain were written by him, and it was musically denser than Prince's previous albums, emphasizing full band performances and multiple layers of guitars, keyboards, electronic synthesizers, effects, drum machines, and other instruments. As a soundtrack record, much of the music had a grandiose, synthesized, and even by some evolutions of psychedelic sheen to the production and performances. So the music on Purple Rain is generally regarded as the most pop-oriented. And then Prince would release after so it was oriented through of his career, though a number of elements towards the more experimental records that Prince would release after Purple Rain. Apollonia 6 member Apollonia had recalled that after watching the film, cinematographic takes, she told Prince, "You know you're going to get an Oscar for this movie, not for the acting, but for the music." So, Revolution member Dr. Fink told Pop Matters in 2009, "The recording of the album was a very creative time, and it still is. Still an amazing album." So, there was a lot of influence and input from the band members towards what Prince was doing. He was always open to anybody trying to contribute creatively to the process of writing, but Prince was the main lyricist and melody maker for all the songs and never took any lyrical content from people. Melvoin told Mojo in 1997 the band members were absolute musical equals in the sense that Prince respected us and allowed us to contribute to the music without any interference. I think the secret to our working relationship was that we were very non-possessive about our ideas, as opposed to some others that have worked with him. And Fink, Coleman, and Melvoin helped with the album's fourth track, Computer Blue. Dr. Fink had wrote a keyboard bass line for the track, said that he started playing that main bass groove, which later became Computer Blue. So the band, The Revolution, started grooving on it, and Prince started coming up with some stuff. Then we recorded a rough version, and he took it into the studio and just incorporated it all and made it fly that way. And Wendy and Lisa did some of the stuff on it, and Prince had borrowed the bridge slash portal section from the then unreleased Father song by his father, John L. Nelson, who had given him some music over the years to play around with. So the song was a real mixture of different people and influences. And the full band appears on 6 tracks: Let's Go Crazy, Take Me With You, Computer Blue, I Would Die For You, Baby I'm a Star, and Purple Rain, while the remaining 3 tracks are essentially solo performances by Prince. Apollonia sings co-lead on Take Me With You. 3 of the tracks include a string section arranged by Coleman and Prince, which were conducted by Coleman and Mel Boyne. Take Me With You, Baby I'm a Star, and Purple Rain. The string players are violin and viola player Novi Novog and cellist David Coleman and Susie Katayama. Man, I gotta tell y'all. So Prince configured at least 2 unique track listings of Purple Rain prior to the setting the final running order. So of November 7th of 83 and March 23rd of 84, configurations are listed below. The early configuration included Wednesday, a song by Prince with Jill Jones. Man, I gotta go after this album with the unreleased on there. I really hope to get it. And Father's Song. The latter was replaced by When Doves Cry. Edits to Let's Go Crazy and Computer Blue were introduced to, in order to include Take Me With You in the final running. Configuration, the full-length version of Let's Go Crazy, as it can be seen, and the movie would later be released as special dance mix on a 12 maxi single. So yes, Let's Go Crazy. There's a full-length version, The Beautiful Ones, Computer Blue, a longer edit edition, Darling Nikki, Wednesday, and then Father's Song, Baby I'm a Star. So much, man. So much I can name. So the artwork on here was photographed at Warner Brothers Studio backlot in California, and the area known as Hennessy Street, designed to look like a New York, tenement area, was the location of the balcony where the album photo was taken, as y'all can see that right there. Super cool. Still an amazing album cover. And yes, the Purple Rain tour began at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit in November of 84. In addition to Prince and the Revolution, the Purple Rain tour featured Apollonia 6 and Sheila E. and her band. The tour opened with the album's opener, Let's Go Crazy, 3 singles from 1999 and of 1982, followed the Delirious in 1999, and Little Red Corvette, an instrument interlude of Yankee Doodle usually introduced another song from 1999, Free, and the B-side God was often played, followed by a usual sequence of Computer Blue, Darling Nikki, and The Beautiful Ones, and When Doves Cry. As encores, the remaining of Purple Rain songs closed the concert: I Would Die For You, Baby I'm a Star, and the title track, Purple Rain. So the tour spanned 98 shows, ended in April of 85, and sold 1.7 million tickets. Man, that's incredible. That's really extraordinary. So Prince and the Revolution played the final day of the tour to an audience of 55,000 in Miami's Orange Bowl, and he ended the show saying, I have to go now. I don't know when I'll be back. I want you to know that God loves you. He loves us all. 2 weeks after the end of the tour, Around the World in a Day of 85 was released, which officially brought an end to Prince's Purple Rain era. The tour was considered by Rolling Stone as groundbreaking in many ways because it introduced Prince's most elaborate sets and featured occasional cameos from Bruce Springsteen and Madonna, which confirmed Prince's place as pop's most commander star during the Purple Rain era. And the rest is history, y'all. The rest is history. So, since the album reached at number 11 on the Billboard 200 of July, the Billboard 200 of the week of July 14th of 1984, and after 4 weeks on the chart, it reached number 1 on August 4th of 1984, and it spent 24 consecutive weeks at number 1 on the Billboard 200. From August 4th of 84 and January 18th of 1985, and more than 32 weeks in the top 10, becoming one of the most successful soundtracks ever. And he also joined Elvis and the Beatles in being the only artist to have the number 1 album, single, and film in the U.S. of all at the same time. This album will always be legendary, man. It's a very legendary classic. Especially in the United Kingdom, it entered the UK albums chart at number 21 on July 21st of 84, and after 35 weeks on the chart, it reached and peaked at number 7 during the week of March 16th of 85 and stayed there for a week, and it fell to the number 12 on the next week. And the album remained on the chart for 86 weeks, and it was certified 2 times platinum by the BPI of May 1st of 1990, and it denoting shipments of 600,000 units. By the year of 88, it had sold 17 million copies worldwide, becoming the most successful album of the 80s. The rest is history. It was all over Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and United Kingdom. It's a multi-platinum album, 25 million copies, and it's still selling to this day. Here, I'll show y'all the album. I wish I had the original pressing. I mean, I'll definitely get the reissue too with his unreleased stuff. I hope I could go after that. Hope I find it. Check out that purple, man. That is so extraordinary. Very incredible. Immaculate. Super love it. Love that purple. Ooh. It's so immaculate, y'all. I mean, if you love Prince, man, I'm going to be on the real. You got to have all his records, especially Purple Rain. I know y'all got to have Purple Rain in there, because that's one of his top-selling albums, and it comes with a poster in it, too. I'll show y'all. There you go. Super cool. Incredible. With his whole band. And you have Des Dickerson. You have the whole entire band. Andre Simone. You just have everyone. Really an amazing classic, man. I love this album. And it's from Target. I bought it at Target. I hope I could get the the other special edition with all his unreleases. That would be incredible. Because I would like to have all his unreleases from the vault. So anyways, anywho, what is your favorite song off the album? Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and comment and follow your boy for more. I have another one coming up. Stay tuned. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe and keep bumping this classic on your turntables, y'all. Have a great one.